What is going on? Hello, Top Fan Rivalry fans. It is another episode of Can of Corn. I, of course, am your big homie, Big Dave. That right there is Baseball Bill coming to you live and direct. Um, I'm in Houston right now. Bill, you still in SoCal? I never quite know where you're at.
Yeah, I kind of feel that way myself, but yes, I am in SoCal. So yes,
Okay,
yes,
so
yes.
coming to you live and direct from Houston and the comfy confines of Orange County is Big Dave and Baseball Bill with another episode of Can of Corn. First of all, I want to take a second and thank you wherever you're listening to your platform. If you're enjoying this on YouTube as a freebie, please do us a favor. Go on and hit the subscribe button. That is the one way that you can truly help out Top Fan. We are a fan for the fan by the fan, and so we couldn't do this without y'all. So we thank y'all for tuning in again. Bill, how you doing? And I know you're just itching today at time of recording. There is absolutely not only zero baseball, but there is zero professionals. I think if you go over to the Ocho, you can catch some cornhole or some billiards maybe, but
You got
there
to
are
pay extra
no.
for that, Cotton.
Yeah, that's right. That is not included in the basic cable package. So
Yeah,
yeah, I know there's nothing
Duck
going on
Dodge.
today in the sports world, Bill, but how are you, man?
I'm I'm living it, man. Hey, the All-Star game was good. It was a lot of fun to watch. The home run derby was really exciting. Poor Bobby Witt, man. He missed tying that thing up by about a foot and a half. But boy, did he look good. So yeah, good times. Good times had by all, right?
Yeah, no doubt. I was dealing with some air conditioning malfunctions along with power malfunctions with 2.5 other million people here in the Houston area as a result of Hurricane Beryl. Thank you to each and every one of y'all that reached out to me, Bill, you and the family included. We are doing fine. As you see, I have my power back on and I am not a sweaty, sticky mess. So,
Sweaty, sticky
um,
mess. You're just
the
a mess.
the All-Star game, my power was back on. It was a nice, finally you could sit down and relax. And so the home run derby itself and the All-Star game, I couldn't wait for it. I always look forward to it, but this year it was just a little something extra for us. So let's dig into that a little bit, Bill. I know you were excited to see the outcome of the home run derby.
Sir,
Um,
yes, sir.
much to the chagrin of my home run derby pick'em sheet, which was absolutely busted in I think by the third hitter, it was absolutely horrible. Pete Alonso, you owe me one. Polar bear, my butt. Yeah, I hope you stay. I hope you stay in Queens now. Don't come to Houston because you cost me there. But Bill, what do you think of your overall thoughts of the home run derby?
It was exciting. I did not know how I would like the 40 pitch round. I did not know how I would like the setup of it, but I turned out to absolutely love it. I thought it was really, really good. It was exciting to see young kids like Bobby Wood Jr. It was exciting to see Alec Bohm uh, take place in it. Teoscar Hernandez, like I all the way up and down. I mean, Jose Ramirez put on a clinic first round, and he was making it look easy. And Dave, as like I said to everybody before on ITL, when you swing a bat, go swing a bat 3 minutes straight. I mean, 40 pitches straight, and you have 3 minutes to do it in, and try to hit the ball out of the yard. Hit 21 in that range is you're clipping pretty good. So it was fun to watch. It was a lot. It was entertaining. It was fun to watch. I did not know that a Dodger had never won it before. So that was good. Forget that I'm a Dodger fan. I just thought that that was good for baseball when you have somebody new winning it or a new club winning it. So yeah. What about you?
Yeah, yeah. It kind of took me back to the old format. I grew up absolutely loving the home run derby because the kid was in it, Griffey and that beautiful swing. So I kind of like the whole it gave it more of a true elimination type. You can feel the pressure You know, I think batting early proved to be maybe a bit of an advantage. You know, some guys I think started over swinging. Pete Alonso, Ozuna, guys that I had in the finals there, kind of lacked it up. And nothing can be truer in Alec Bohm. I mean, Alec Bohm came up there. I had him coming in last on my sheet. Okay. So Philly, don't at me. Look, you proved me wrong. Okay. I got it. Like, dude, we're good. But yeah, this guy came out, hit 21, and I thought, okay, nice way to go. You hit 21. These guys are gonna start hitting 30 out. And like you said, it's 40 outs, 3 minutes. Even the best of the best get tired. So, but I did enjoy the new format. Minus the stars, and I shouldn't say the stars, minus the true sluggers not being in it. You couldn't have written a better script. I mean, you had what swing off, and I mean the finals went down with just almost he just barely came up short, So and like you said, I think it was a good platform for these young guys to do something and have some fun and also give their fan base something to cheer for.
One
Um,
thousand
not
percent.
not that you Dodgers and your $6 billion deferred uh, payroll need anything else to cheer for, but to have your first home run derby title, that's nice. Kansas City, watching Bobby Witt, I know thoroughly enjoyed that. So the one thing that I truly liked seeing was the hometown defending champs, Rangers, South Oklahoma. That big necked, big head freak Garcia. Yeah, he had a measly 18 and didn't make it out of the first round. So that was probably the highlight for an Astros fan for the home run derby. But
Yeah,
overall, I liked it. I enjoy watching the tape shots, you know, um, and just as much as watching the line drives, guys just get up there and just smoke it right over the fence. So I enjoyed it. The All-Star game, you know, the American League, we've got a little stranglehold on it over the last couple of years. I know historically it's only like a 5-game tilt or something like that, but
4 games.
numbers don't lie, Bill. The AL is on top of the NL. Ergo, the Astros are better than the Dodgers. See, that's how you six degrees of Astros fandom. I did that there.
Hey,
Um,
some people like being on top, some people like being on bottom.
you know what? But again, you guys there in LA or in Orange County or just in Dodger Blue, because you Dodger guys are all over the globe. Shohei hit his first All-Star homer, wasn't it his first? And it was a tape shot. I mean, it was a shot, a 3-run shot, and but yeah, what were your thoughts on takeaways from the All-Star game?
Um, I, I said it a little bit this morning. I liked the All-Star game. So sometimes, some years, the All-Star game looks like it's just too foo-foo. It looks like everybody's having so much fun that they're forgetting that they're playing baseball, which I guess you can argue is a good thing. But in this case, you still want a little bit of competition. And we saw a lot of bit of competition today. I mean, I'm sorry, on the All-Star game today. I'm losing my mind. We saw a lot of it. I mean, Mason Miller threw over 105 miles an hour on one of his pitches. The dude was tuning it up at 102. Some of these pitchers were looking really good, and they were competing, right?
My,
So were the
my
hitters.
boy, my boy Mustache Man, Paul Skeens came in, and now lived up to the hype and just, I mean, one,
Tuned it
two,
up.
three in the first, and uh, it was a show. To see the best of the best come together. I do, like you said, wish that there'd be a little bit more competitiveness and not as much NBA All Star Game, if that makes sense out there. We're not just out here
Yeah.
throwing alleys and stuff. You know, um, but then again, I don't want to see the Savannah Bananas break out in a Major League All Star game. So
Just as long as we don't have to listen to that national anthem again, we're good.
Look, overall, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I always look forward to the All-Star break and the festivities. I have some thoughts as well as my boy Bill and my comrade Mikey Bleeds Blue over at the Odd Couple. So you'll want to tune into the Odd Couple because we will discuss what we would want to do to make the All-Star experience a little bit better. So that, my people, is what you call a teaser in the business. So be sure to tune in to the Odd Couple, only found at TopFanRivalry.com. Okay. While you're over there, you can use the discount code Big Dave, BIGDAVE. Okay, it'll save you 10% across the board. And I've got it on good authority that we've got a better deal on these dugout mugs than the actual manufacturer. Okay, we have set up such a great deal. Bill, the man of the hour, the man with the power, got these custom made 100% knock on solid wood dugout mugs from the manufacturer. Okay, if you go to the site right now, shipped, you will save almost $20 or more, actually over $20.
Yeah, over 20
of
bucks.
the retail price. So you can't shake it with a bat. And you also can use the discount code for these. That's right, discount code BIGDAVE. Look at that Sugarland Space Cowboys. It's so gorgeous with the Top Fan Rivalry right there. Okay. My local people in Houston, I have some of these on hand. I have more Space Cowboys than Astros. So if you want your Astros and you want me to hand deliver it within the next couple of days, look, get at me, get on the site. I'll give you the discount. You go to the site, you use it. You can have it shipped to you, or if you want to direct pickup, just let us know and we will get these to you. Okay. Only at topfanrivalry.com. All right.
.com. Perfect. So
okay.
Dave, go ahead. I'm sorry. Ask another question. I was gonna ask you something, but I think I know where you're going with this. So go ahead.
So okay. And it's not like the old days where it was like 81 games and then the All-Star break in 81 games. Most teams have played 90, 91 games or so this season. So it's not truly a halfway point. But for argument's sake, halfway through the season, okay, I have a couple of burning questions going into the second half. Okay. It was clear by the time the All-Star break rolled around last year that all the new rules that Major League Baseball had put in place had been working significantly in speed of play and a slight lift in offensive numbers. But going into the first half of this season, it seems to have slowed down. Bill, will the offense pick it up in the second half here?
Yes. So if you're a fan of Around the Diamond, the Saturday morning show that we do, you'll see that we keep track of home runs and stolen bases, and then we keep track of offense like defense like strikeouts and ERAs. We are on pace to have more home runs this season than ever in baseball. Okay, which is significant. We are on pace to have a better stolen base record than last season. But we also have some people I think it's 4 or 5 different pitchers that have a chance for plus 250 strikeouts. So it's weird because one side of the coin says yes, the other side of the coin says no. Dave, what do you think? Where are you at with this thought?
I mean, it's kind of like it's the same old story, really. And the Astros have dealt with this year mightily, and it's the beginning of the season kind of hangover. If you get out of the blocks slow, you know, and your swing is off or the confidence is off, you're losing games. The hitting starts to fall off. But I'll say this: league-wide OPS has been trending up since May, going from sub 700 figures in the first couple of months, and it's almost at 740 as we hit July here. So that's kind of like usually how it goes. And I'll say this though that like you said, there are about 4 pitchers out there: Crochet, Hook, Scooble, that have had just phenomenal years. Ronel Blanco, another one, my Astros fans, and they're getting into uncharted territories with their workloads. So I think as they tire, of course, hitters stand to benefit. So, and with all the playoff races so contentious right now, I think you're going to get a lot of really good baseball coming into this second half. So, that would only lead to believe that the offensive numbers would have to come up. So, if I had to go on a hunch, I'd say they'd get up to possibly last year's seasons. I don't necessarily believe they'd get over them, but
Okay. Okay. I like it.
okay. So here's another here's a question for my fans out there on the East Coast. Um, will the big man in the Bronx, okay, Aaron Judge is off to a historical start. Um, Although he's technically not ahead of his pace that he had in 2022. Um, he had only hit like 33 through of the 62 that he hit there. But that was only 85 games. So he's already played 96 games this season. So he's off a little bit, but that puts him on pace for about 56. Bill, how many home runs do you think Aaron Judge will end up with?
58.
58. So he doesn't even hit 60. Forget his own record. Okay. Now we're not
Okay.
talking. Okay, people, if you didn't even realize this, it's not Roger Maris's record no more. It's Aaron Judge's record. But see, that's why I don't know. I think we can get at least 60 this year. If I had hold on. Hi, hi, hi. Shohei said bet the over. So we're going 60 and over with Shohei.
So 58 is the over. 58 is the over under, and you're betting the over.
I'm taking the over. Okay.
Maybe we got to put this on TopFanRivalry.com and call it the Aaron Judge ticker, right?
Yeah, you know what? I smell a water bet. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Oh,
loser has to hold a bucket of water over the head and dunk it.
oh. Okay, so you're taking the over. I'm taking the under.
I'm taking 60. I have to cheer for that big horse teeth freak to get 60 homers. So all
Bucket
my
of
all my
water.
all my all my Yankees fans out there, go on and help that guy. Okay.
But bucket of water sounds. I'm in. Let's do it.
Water bet. Call it a water bet. It's official. Okay. Let's stay upstate there. Not necessarily upstate. This is Manny Hattie. But let's move over to Queens.
Okay,
Will Meg's beloved Mets survive the crowded race that is the National League wild card race?
100%. But here's what they got to do. Coming out of the All-Star break, they have four. Count them: one, two, three, four. Four games in Miami. Okay, they've got to take three out of the four in Miami because then they come back to New York and they play two in the Bronx, and then after they play two in the Bronx, they play three with, or I'm sorry, with the hated Braves and three with the Twins. So if you're looking at the first 13 games back from the All-Star break, you got four with Miami, and then got nine with teams that are competing for either a wild card spot and or a division leader spot. So that's huge. That sounds terrible. Go into August. Then they go to Anaheim for three with Anaheim. Then they have a makeup game in St. Louis. Then they go to Colorado. And then they go to your beloved Mariners, which will make you a Mets fan. But they go right after that, they go on a 10-game roadie. So three in Anaheim, one in St. Louis, three in Colorado, three in Seattle. So in that 10-game roadie, they should be able to take 6 out of 4. So, but we'll see. We'll see. So if they can go 9-4 and then turn that around and go 6-4 and go 15-8 those first 23 games, then they're set. But if not, then it gets a little weird. They follow it up with three with the A's and three with the Marlins. And they have three with the White Sox to end next month. So That to me looks good. Now, mind you, they end their season on the road with 3 with Atlanta and 3 with, but I'm curious to see what you think. What do you say?
I mean, at press time, they're what, a half a game out of the second spot behind the Cards.
Yeah,
Um,
they're in the
you
third
know,
spot. They're half a game behind the Cardinals, correct?
they're feeling the pressure though. The D backs are always sneaky good, and those blasted Padres. But I mean, even the Pirates, the Giants, the Reds, the Cubs. I mean, it's crowded. Um, I do think though that they have shown that they are not going to be sellers. I think Alonso will stay there, maybe only until the end of this season, but I don't think they'll be moving him. I think they can continue the run as you spoke. They've got some spots in their schedule that they definitely need to take advantage of. Um, but you know what? Again, if I had to put money on it, my boy Shohei said bet the Mets. So I got the Mets, Atlanta, and San Diego taking home the wild card in the
What?
National League. So
What? What? All right, so let me flip that around and ask you this question. Do the fighting Houston Astros complete that comeback and take over the American League West?
well, I thought you'd never ask. Look, I called it at the beginning of the season, a month into the season when everybody was kicking the Astros down. When believe me, I got the screenshots, people. I'll be coming for you come November. All right. But when everybody was kicking us when we were down, I said it then, and I'm gonna say it again. The Astros will win the 2024 American League West title. Okay. We are one game behind the M's, and those guys, when the mirror says things in the mirror are closer than they appear, that is the future of the Seattle Mariners. We start off Friday with 3 games with them. Okay. So it's a very key series. It's on the road. The Astros tend to play good in that park. And then they backdoor that with a 3 game trip down to Oakland. So those are 6 games that if the Astros are playing well, which they have been, coming off the break, you would think that all the arms are healthy. Altuve's hand, he rested it, not playing in the All-Star game. But more importantly, if you've watched any of the Astros games, and I know my Houston people, we watch all the time, but for those out in the rest of the world that just wish the demise of the Astros. These guys are starting to look familiar. Okay. And when I say that, I don't mean that I know their faces. I mean it's the championship swagger. These are the guys that have more playoff wins in the last 10 years than anybody else in the league. Okay. They have been to 7 straight American League Championship Series. Okay. And I think that the West had an opportunity, the Mariners, the Rangers, to take advantage, and they didn't. So I'm sticking to my guns. Not only will the Astros win the AL West and complete the comeback, okay, the Mariners will just miss the wild card. And the defending chumps from South Oklahoma will miss the playoffs. Playoffs. Yes, we're talking playoffs. You're not going to see them, okay? So, Val, I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? Jen, I'm sorry, okay? Everybody who lives north of I-10, I'm sorry. It's not happening, okay? Go back and watch your highlights from last year's little win. You beat you beat the D-backs. Woo, okay. All right. You had your little pop parade. You hung your little flyer, okay? Do your thing. But it ain't happening no more. Astros will win the division.
Okay. So here's my hot take on this, Dave. If you would have asked me before the All-Star break, if you would have asked me, I don't know, 3 weeks ago, I would have said you were 100% right. Unfortunately, I think I really think the division is won or lost this coming weekend.
Wow.
because the Astros and both the Astros and Seattle are playing very hot. Now, mind you, after you guys get the A's, which you should take at least 2 out of 3 from there, after you get the A's, then you go and you play the Dodgers. Then you play a Pirates team that is stepping. Listen to your August, Tampa Bay. So another Silver Boot series. Boston, Tampa Bay again. The White Sox, Boston again. The Orioles, the Phillies, Kansas City. You literally have 6, 7, 10, 13 games in a row without a day off with either Boston, the Orioles, Philadelphia, or Kansas City. Now tell me that's not a tough stretch right
But with guys like Kyle Tucker and Justin Verlander coming off the IL, we will be at full strength to not only plow through that. There are, let's see, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. There are 21 games left in the division. It's a lot of games that, you're gaining a whole game or you're losing a whole game. So,
there.
um,
I don't disagree with you, but remember, September 23rd, 24th, and 25th are going to be huge for you.
no, I would not be surprised if it came down to that series right there. Hopefully, with being the Astros wrapping it up early so we can rest people in the final series against Cleveland, which it won't mean nothing to us. But like I said, guys are getting healthy. Um, Kyle Tucker's coming back from the worst shin contusion in the history of modern medicine. I think he broke his leg because I
Personally,
mean
yeah.
June 2nd, and he ain't been back. Now I've had a shin contusion. There is no way to rehab that. There's nothing you can do. You you know what they make you do? They make you roll the equivalent of a rolling pin on it. That's it. Just push the blood, move the blood. That's all you can do, and it hurts extremely bad. So I get it. I've never hit a baseball that hard off of my shin, but the Astros are getting healthy. There are no worries here in H Town, and that's much to the chagrin of the rest of the league. And we couldn't be happier.
Gonna be happier. Okay, so Dave, normally we do an off the record section, but I think there was some questions on whether or not we need to rename it. So
Yes.
let's wait. I got Harry Doyle on the phone. Yeah. Okay, so it's not trademark. All right, you got it. You got it. Okay, Dave, it's just a bit outside. So what's our just a bit outside topic for today? What do you want to talk about?
Look here, Bill. I got a couple of questions here.
Yep.
Again, relating to the second half of the season, and I'm going to shoot them at you rapid fire, true or false, and a quick, 30-second of backing up why you chose your decision.
Okay.
Let's do it. You ready?
Yep. Yes, sir.
Let's start off there in Dodger Town. Let's get a Doyer dog. And will Shohei Ohtani win the National League MVP?
Will Shohei Ohtani win the National League MVP? He will not. He will not. I think there's a couple guys that are right there with him. I think he'll be in the top three of voting, but you have guys like Luis Ariz, who's probably going to get about 250 hits this season. So, yeah, I
I,
would love
I,
to see
I
Shohei
agree
do
with you there. I think the stigma of Otani just being a DH may hurt
that.
him, and the Phillies coming out of nowhere to win that. There's a guy named Bryce Harper that's going to get a lot of votes, I think, as well. So,
Yeah.
all right,
Now, if
next
Shohei
up,
does hit 53 to 55 home runs, then yes, he will, but
yeah,
probably not.
and Mookie needs to come back to help him do that to get him out of batting first.
Yep, 100%.
So, all right, next up, Ellie De La Cruz will steal 90 bases.
Ellie De La Cruz was still 90 bases.
He was
No.
on pace for 100. He slowed up a little bit. But if anybody can do it, I got faith.
Yeah, I got faith too. I think he'll end up with between 75 and 85. I don't think he gets 90 this season.
Me and Shohei took the under as well, but it's only I think he's gonna get 80.
Yeah. Okay.
All
80.
right.
I like it.
Next up, will the Yankees battle themselves out of the AL East and win the division?
Yes. Yes, they will. Baltimore's a good team, but the Yankees are a very, very good team. They've got some good pitching. Garrett Cole is back. He's in full effect. So watch what happens there.
Personally, I think it's a photo finish. I'm leaning Orioles based on all that youth, and that excellence in the lineup. Corbin Burns is a certifiable ace. Grayson Rodriguez can be primed to make the next step. So, but it's definitely going to come down to the wire. All right, staying with the theme of the day, we jump from the Bronx to Queens. Will Pete Alonso's non-hit home run hitting butt be traded at the deadline?
No, no, I think Uncle Stevie is going to look at it and say, what's he worth? And right now, his stock is not as high as everybody thinks that it is. I actually think what will end up happening is they won't do anything with him. And they're probably in agreement or in talks right now for him to try to sign an extension.
Nice, nice. I agree. I think something a little bit different though. I think his worth is greater than anything that they would get right now for him in the run that they're making. So,
Probably.
all right, a couple more here.
Yep.
All right, will a sub 500 team make the postseason?
No, no, you're starting to see some distance in the American League with the wild card and in the National League. You're starting to see that distance as well. The Mets are over 500 now. So are the Cardinals. So are the Padres. Teams like the Giants are really going to have to turn it on. But because for the most part, each team is going to either play their division in August or September quite a bit. You're probably not going to see a lot of that anymore. If that was going to happen, it would have needed to happen before.
Yeah, I think Major League Baseball narrowly avoids an embarrassing consequence of over expanding the playoffs. Okay, finally here, Bill, and this one's probably a layup, but I'm going to give it to you anyway. Is there a better deal out there than the Top Fan Rivalry T-shirt box?
No, no,
Look,
no. Listen. So here's what's funny about this, right? Everybody loves baseball. Everybody loves t-shirts, right? And then you see these cool t-shirts and you're thinking, oh, you see t-shirt at a stadium, you're thinking, do I want to spend 35 bucks, 40 bucks or whatever? You don't even have to worry about it. You just throw 25 bucks down a month, you get a t-shirt that just shows up at your house. Shows up at your house. You don't even need to think about it. We already know your size. Boom. It's called the T-shirt club. Get involved, just like what Dave's showing you right there. I mean, does it get any better? No, it does not.
high quality. Okay, these aren't your cheap run of the mill T-shirts. This is high quality stuff. They look gorgeous. Look at the stitches on there, ladies. They'll go with your little baseball
Oh,
accessories like a charm. You might get something like this in there.
ooh,
Shout out to my Houston Hat Crew boys, but a swinging astronaut on a souvenir program. I
yeah,
mean, the T-shirts are nice. This one just came off the press last month, the
yeah.
top fan and baseball flag. I mean, it's
Does
not
it
the
get any
4th of
better?
July anymore, but baseball's still America's pastime. This shirt is still great. Only available at TopFanRivalry.com. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Get in there, get the subscription. What's that? You want some hats? We got hats. Get your Top Fan Rivalry merchandise. We got snapbacks. We got the dad hats. We got it all. Okay. Go
Yeah,
to topfanrivalry.com. Use the discount code Big Dave. It'll save you 10% across the board. While you're
you got
there,
that
get
hat.
your
You
locker
got
room access.
corny. Don't forget about
Don't
corny.
forget Corny, as adorned by our lovely hat model Bill there, the official mascot of Canacorn. And with that, I'd like to thank each and every one of you again for tuning in for another episode. We hope to have given you a full serving packed full of nutrient baseball knowledge. Bill, thank you so much. I appreciate you every time being in here. Is there anything else you want to end up with here today?
Well, sure. I think we did a great job. I love the topics. I love I love that Harry Doyle gave us permission to use this just a bit outside. I'm looking forward to that every week. Now, there may be an adjustment to the schedule. If everybody's listening, we may or may not have an episode next week. That's just due to travel restrictions and things like that. But we'll definitely be talking soon. So, Dave, I think we did a great job. Why don't we do it again soon?
Look, man, same bat time, same bat channel. All right, you tune in to Can of Corn and have a good time. Listen to Baseball Bill and myself talk a little about the America's pastime, as I said, and have some fun along the way. Like I said, if you're watching on YouTube, mash that subscribe button. Thank you for tuning in to Can of Corn exclusively at TopFanRivalry.com. That is Baseball Bill. I am Big Dave, and as always, go Stros.